There's something about cooking slowly at home that always makes me reflective. Maybe it's the rhythm of chopping vegetables, or the sound of something simmering on the stove, or the way candles glow in the kitchen on gray afternoons here on the West Coast. And while I was filming this video, I realized something. This is my third video on YouTube, and I've never really properly introduced myself. So if you're new here, welcome. I'm Jennifer. I live on the west coast of Canada with my husband Seth and our two cats, Salem and Merlin. I've been writing my blog, The Bell Witch Manor, for 10 years. It's a place where I share all things cozy. So recipes, slow living, seasonal rituals, homemaking, beauty, books, candles, and little pieces of life that make home feel comforting. I've been thinking of starting a YouTube channel for a while, and this year I made myself a promise. I decided that 2026 would be the year I stopped waiting to feel ready. And honestly, creating these videos has already changed me. I've described myself as an anxious person for years, but over time, I've realized I'm actually just a sensitive person. I feel everything deeply. Noise and rushing overwhelm me. Having too many plans or too many errands, too much stimulation. It all just pulls me away from myself. For the longest time, I mistook that nervous feeling in my body for weakness, but now I see it differently. Sensitivity has shaped almost everything beautiful in my life. It's why I notice the scent of cedar trees after the rain, why candlelight calms me instantly, why I care so deeply about creating a peaceful home. And that's why slow living became so important to me. Not so much as an aesthetic, but as a way to survive the noise of modern life. I was born in Toronto, and I grew up in Mississauga in a loving Hispanic family. My father is Colombian, and my mom is from Uruguay. So yes, Spanish was always part of my life growing up, and I speak it fluently. When I was 13, my family moved to Colombia, where I lived for over a decade, and some of my most formative years happened there. I went to high school, and then I went to university, where I studied preschool first, and then later I studied classical music. Music has always been a part of who I am. I grew up playing the piano and dancing ballet, and even now, creativity still feels like the thread connecting every chapter of my life. After university, I worked as a teacher with young children for several years, and then eventually I moved back to Canada. My family settled on the West Coast because we wanted to stay together and admittedly escape the cold winters back east. And the moment I arrived here, something in me exhaled. The forests, the ocean air, the rain, the fog. This landscape feels like home to my nervous system. Not long after moving here, I became a certified aromatherapist, and later I completed my Reiki Master training. Recently, in the spirit of doing things I want to accomplish instead of thinking about them, I completed certification as an internal family systems informed coach. If you looked at my resume on paper, it would probably seem all over the place. But when I really think about it, every path I've chosen has been connected to the same thing, a desire to help create comfort, healing, beauty, meaning, whether it's through music, cooking, writing, scent, or simply creating a peaceful atmosphere here at home. At my core, I'm deeply introverted. I'm happiest at home with candles lit, soup simmering on the stove, rain outside the windows, and nowhere I need to be. I love reading. I love makeup and skincare rituals. I practice magic and meditation daily. I love tending to my home slowly. And I really love feeding people. Cooking has always been one of the clearest ways I know how to express love. One of my biggest dreams now is to eventually leave the city behind and find a quieter life surrounded by trees. A little home near a creek somewhere. A place where life can move more slowly. Where Seth can cast a line in the morning and I can cook up his catch for dinner. And until then, I think this channel will be a way for me to create that feeling right where I am. So whether you found this video through slow living, cozy recipes, homemaking, or just by accident, I'm really glad you're here. I hope when you watch my videos, you feel like you're sitting down with an old friend for a quiet cup of tea and warm conversation.